It's the Spring Swing Tour of the South, and we are continuing right here on the show that's all about the South. This is y'all, and I'm John Rawl. Good to have you back here. And Tyler, Texas is on our mind right now, as this lovely spot in East Texas is our latest stop on our virtual Swing of Dixie. And we're going to go right to Tyler, Texas's tourism office now and get the full scoop of what's happening in East Texas, courtesy of Holli Fourniquet, as she's the marketing director of Visit Tyler. And Holly's on with us right now. Hello, Holly.
Hi, John. How are you?
Have a holly jolly June, Holly.
Yes.
Yeah,
Well, with a name like Holly, it's Christmas all year long.
it's Christmas there, even in the rose capital of the world. Congratulations. You are one of the loveliest spots around, if you're the rose capital for sure.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, East Texas is known for its beautiful pine trees and just beautiful scenery in general. But here in Tyler, we also have roses, and we are known as a natural beauty here, known all over the United States for our Tyler roses.
Holly, you've been so kind here. You're a good Southern girl. You've helped us here get a lot of interviews set up today, so thank you for your help. If you haven't checked it out, we had interviews already, and go back in our archives here at the Y'all Show, and you'll find great interviews that we've already done with Cindy Smoke, and she is with the Sport Tyler office. Also, Liz Ballard with the Texas Rose Festival. You helped us get an interview with her. Also, Jason and Sharon of Romano, and they were with High Hill Farm. They were on. And then we also have a very special guest. You don't even know about this one. We've got our barbecue barrister is going to be on later, and he's going to tell us about Tyler and East Texas barbecue. So how does that sound?
That sounds great and yummy.
Yeah. So you didn't even have to help us out on that part. But yeah, we're here on today's Y'all Show talking about Tyler, Texas, and Holly's kind enough to take some time to help us do all that and getting us these great interviews that we just mentioned that we've already had, and go back and watch all of them if you get a chance. All right, tell us your best pitch. And then we actually have a great little video y'all just put out there at the Visit Tyler office trying to help stimulate things here in this post-coronavirus. Before we set up the interview, your best pitch of why we need to be coming to Tyler, Texas.
Sure. Well, of course, like I said, Texas has all different kinds of territories, right? You can go all the way to the beach and enjoy the beach, but here in East Texas is where it all started for Texas. And we are known as the Piney Woods. It's beautiful, unlike any other place here in Texas. It's different than any other place you can visit. People like to come to Tyler to kind of escape the big city, but then you still kind of have those amenities. You can go eat at a really expensive restaurant if you want to, or go shopping. You can also go out on the lake and go fishing, or tent camping, or whatever you want to do here in Tyler, Texas. We're known as the Rose Capital. We process about 80% of America's roses. We have the largest rose garden in the entire United States. So it is a beautiful place to visit, get outside, become one with nature. But also, if you don't like roughing it, you don't have to here in Tyler, Texas. So it's a lot of fun.
And let me make sure I just heard you right. You said 80% of roses in America come out of Tyler, Texas?
Yes, we have the largest rose processing plants here in Tyler. So most likely, if you buy a rose or you see a rose garden in another part of the United States, those roses made it through Tyler at some point in their life.
Did you ever watch Gomer Pyle growing up?
No, I didn't. I didn't watch that one.
Okay. Have you ever heard of Gomer Pyle?
I don't think
Okay, well,
so.
that's okay. Well, Gomer Pyle was a 1960 show, and he said something that I'm just going to have to, thanks to to the information you just passed along, Holly, as Gomer would say, golly, 80%, golly, that's a lot of roses.
Yeah, it's a lot of roses.
Yeah.
We we have a lot of roses here, and a lot of times we get asked about certain roses. Does Tyler have this rose? They haven't been able to find it anywhere else, and we always have it.
You always have it. Well, we know times in Tyler and East Texas have not been exactly normal here lately. And so, Holly, your office, Visit Tyler, has just come out with a really catchy little video, and we're going to play that right now. This is about a 30-second little promotional video just to kind of let everybody know a little bit more about Tyler, Texas, the rose capital of the world.
Tyler, Texas, the city of roses, where neighbor supports neighbor and community means compassion, where family comes first, where locally owned means going that extra mile for others, a place where saying stronger together means we really do care, where hope and healing mean brighter days are ahead. We are Rose City Strong.
Very nice job there, courtesy of Visit Tyler and Rose City Strong. And we have Holli Fourniquet on with us right now from Tyler, Texas, as we are giving this East Texas town a lot of love here on today's Y'all Show. And as we mentioned earlier, Holli, we know that your town in Texas, as well as the whole country, whole world's been suffering here the last couple of months. How y'all doing now? How y'all getting through this okay?
We are. Well, one thing that when you visit Tyler, you'll find out that one thing about Tyler is the community and the spirit and the people that you will meet here in Tyler. We always, that's what we hear from anybody who visits, is that they feel like they came to Tyler as a friend, as a community member, even though they're a visitor. So that's one thing that Tyler does really well, is banding together, helping out our community partners, helping those people out in need. We call it, we say that we're not only rosy because of our roses, but we have a rosy disposition too. And of course, Texas is known for its hospitality in general, but I would say that if you really want to experience that Texas hospitality in its truest form, it's here in Tyler. When you come here, you're going to feel like family. And so our community is really banded together. And of course, our businesses have been hurt like everybody else in the United States. But I feel like the community together has just been stronger than it ever has before. And that's why we call it Rose City Strong. It's a different kind of strong than any other community you'll see.
Rose City Strong. I love that. And you're the marketing director, so go ahead and feel free. Did you help come up with that little slogan?
Well, I can't take full credit. I work with a great team, and we all came up with it together. And we had somebody else do our video, and somebody help us with the logo. But I really feel like our team has always had that spirit of Rose City Strong, and that just keeps coming back to us year after year. And we wanted to share that message with everyone. We felt that as a team, and now we feel that as an entire community.
Holli, if people aren't too familiar with where you're located on the map, you're about 90 minutes east of Dallas, 90 minutes west of Shreveport, Louisiana, right on the Interstate 20. It's a nice little thoroughfare going across your portion of Texas, which makes it very convenient for you to get to the Metroplex or back east if you need to head toward Louisiana, or to the rest of the South headed eastward. And it's a great part of Texas with a rich history, a lot of great people. In fact, we had earlier on the show, we had Sport Tyler come on talking about Earl Campbell and some of the great football players that have come out of East Texas. I got to also give a shout out while we have a chance. Holli, feel free if you need to break out in song. Boy, y'all have had a lot of great musicians and singers come out of Tyler and East Texas too.
Oh yeah, for sure. There's a lot of talent here in East Texas.
Yeah. Of course, you're leaving out some names, so let me go ahead and remind people who else from there. You got Casey Musgraves, Miranda Lambert, Neil McCoy, Leanne Womack is from around there, and you're going to have to help me with some of these other people. That may be it.
Ruthie Foster is a good one. Now I'm drawing a blank. because you
Well,
said all the big name ones.
yeah,
But
those were all country people. I'm sure y'all have had a variety of all types of music and musicians come out of Tyler, Texas. And Holli Fourniquet, again, if you need to break out in song, don't hold back.
anytime, I'll save that for later.
You
That'll
know,
be the after show.
Miranda and Casey Musgraves, they just needed that one lucky break to catapult to stardom. And here's your lucky break, Holly. Don't let it go by.
Yeah, I don't think I quite live up to that caliber.
But speaking of music in Tyler, Texas, what is your music lifestyle like there? Do you have a lot of clubs? They may not be quite the way they normally would be right now, but is it a pretty spirited place to come catch some live music?
Yeah, and the good thing about it is most of our places are family friendly. So that's one thing that you'll find here in Tyler is we welcome all kinds. I mean, people have asked me before when I've suggested restaurants, what's the attire? And I'm like, I mean, you're in Tyler, like people will show up really dressed up or not, and nobody bats an eye at it. It's whatever makes you comfortable. If you want to bring your family, bring your family. Um, we like to get outside, sit with a beer and listen to live music, right? Or not. A Coke is good too. But so you'll find a lot of outdoor live entertainment spaces. And like we've already talked about, the talent here is just phenomenal, the local talent, as well as some of those big names. But, Miranda Lambert, Casey Musgraves, they started out as local talent, right? And now look where they are. So it's a really fun place to come here, hang out, live music. It's not just country music. I will say that probably the majority of the music that you're going to find here is easy listening, alternative, just that fun summertime tunes that you want to listen to. Of course, there's some heavy metal as well as the country music scene as well, but you'll find it all here in Tyler.
Yeah, no reason to go to Dallas or Freeport when you can just hang out in Tyler, Texas for sure. And it's right there in the middle of East Texas. It's really kind of an unofficial capital of East Texas, is it not?
Unofficially, yes. And Tyler, if you're coming to East Texas to visit, most people come to Tyler and they'll stay in Tyler, visit other areas around Tyler, but usually people like to make their homestead here in Tyler and then visit from there.
Mm-hmm. And we're watching some video courtesy of your website at Visit Tyler that was put out really to promote all of East Texas. So we certainly want people to come to Tyler, but as you are sort of a crossroads of East Texas right there in Smith County, you're not far from any portions of East Texas where you can go and participate in some of the fun things that are in the outdoors, a lot of history. And I just want to stress to people here who may not have ventured to this portion of Texas, maybe you've never been to Texas ever, when you're in East Texas in a town like Tyler, it's not that much different from being in Birmingham or Mississippi or Louisiana or any of the other really deep South portions. Your portion of Texas is pretty darn southern, Holly.
Yeah, yeah, it is. We're here, East Texas, Southern, and I will say that, like you said, we kind of act as maybe a little hub for East Texas. If you want to come visit Tyler, but then we also encourage while you're here to get out and visit some of the other areas in the region because you're just not going to get an experience like this anywhere else. And we just are about to launch next week a little mobile passport for the East Texas region called the Thirsty Pines Tour. And this has discounts and prizes at different local beverage places. So it's everything from craft beers, wine, spirits to even coffee and fresh pressed juices that are all from local goods made by local people in the business. Once you go to so many of these different places, then you get a prize and you get put into a drawing for a big grand vacation package to East Texas.
And again, I meant it as a compliment that you are in a portion of Texas that's not, at least from a landscape perspective, not all that different from North Louisiana and those other states I mentioned earlier. And you call
Right.
your area there, you got a little nickname, the Piney Woods.
The
And,
Piney Woods.
and if you go throughout Texas, well, the atmosphere that you'll find there in the Piney Woods, you won't find that when you go way out in West Texas or to the Panhandle, or even you go to the Metroplex of Dallas. There aren't a lot of pine trees around there. There's those little small
Mhm.
oak trees, I guess is what they are.
Right, right. East Texas is the only place that you'll really be in forest in Texas,
Hmm.
like actual forest. There's some other places in West Texas that they call forest, but their trees are really short, so I don't count that as a forest. Um, but yeah, Texas is vastly different um, across the entire state. In West Texas, you have the flat or the mountains, and you've got the coastal line down in the South Padre area, Galveston, that thing. But in East Texas, you're going to find the Piney Woods. It's unlike anything in all of Texas. It's a beautiful area to visit.
Beautiful is what you'll find in Tyler and East Texas. We're visiting with Holli Fourniquet here on the Y'all Show. And speaking of the outdoors, I know some of our viewers and some of our people that go on to y'all.com want to know about your portion of Texas from an outdoors perspective. You're sort of the hub there of that portion of East Texas. So, what can people find if they want to go hunting and fishing in the Piney Woods?
Well, fishing's really big here. We have a couple of different lakes, big lakes here in the area. We also have Tyler State Park. It's 95 acres. It's consistently listed as one of the best state parks in the entire state. It's in the Piney Woods, camping, cabins, fishing, hiking, biking. It's got hiking and biking that has, intermediate or beginner level trails all the way up to those expert hikers. It's one of the best places in the state for birding. East Texas is, and Tyler State Park is. So they do little events for birders to come out and look at birders. So that's a whole lot of fun. Then we're also very close to Lake Palestine, and that's another big lake. It's known for its bass fishing, and they have several tournaments, and Lake Tyler has several tournaments as well. So there's several biking areas, trails around the area too. So there's a lot to do outdoor adventure. But then in Tyler, you have the outdoor, like gardening, like soft adventure, we like to say as well. We Two of our biggest seasons is spring, because everything is in bloom. It's gorgeous. We have an azalea and spring flower trail that goes through the historic district. And we're talking about azaleas that are huge. The bushes are huge and beautiful when they bloom all at the same time. It's really gorgeous. And then towards the tail end of spring, of course, the roses start blooming in full peak. And then again in the fall, the roses start blooming again. So fall's another big season. It's also, we're talking about outdoor nature. Tyler is one of the only areas, and East Texas is one of the only areas in the state that you can actually see the fall colors.
Oh.
So there's just not a lot of temperature change throughout the rest of the state. But here in East Texas, people like to come on their motorcycles or biking during the fall to see all of those fall colors.
And if I heard you correctly, Holli, we're kind of in late spring right now. So does that
Yes.
mean we're in a very good season for finding roses in the rose capital of the world?
Yes, absolutely. The roses are blooming, and they should bloom through the summer. And they'll start being a little bit scattered here and there through the summer, but then they'll be peak again in October. So right now is a great time to visit Tyler. And then with the coronavirus and all of that going on, a lot of people want to be outdoors, and the Rose Garden is a perfect place to visit. Social distancing is really easy in the Rose Garden, and the flowers are at full peak. So it's a great time to visit.
Always a great time, but now is a really
It's
good time.
always a great time, but yeah, now especially is a really good time. And then we also have the Tyler Botanical Gardens, which is located inside the Rose Garden. It's 4 different gardens, and those feature different Texas flowers and plants. So you'll see some cactus there, and you'll see some other blooming, really beautiful irises and that kind of thing. So even when the roses, like I said, it's a beautiful time to visit anytime. Even when the roses aren't blooming, the Rose Garden is a perfect place to visit because the Tyler Botanical Garden is blooming year round. It also has like one of the biggest Japanese maple trees. We have the most Japanese maple trees in any garden, I think, in the state.
Holly, I visit with a lot of tourism professionals in this role as the host of y'all show. I bet you there's a requirement if you work at Visit Tyler that you better have a green thumb.
Well, I hope that's not true because I'm not sure I do.
Okay. Well, you have to know a lot about flowers, and there's a good reason. With the rose capital of the world is where you're located, it makes a lot of sense. We've discussed this. We've got people ready to come to Tyler, Texas right now. One thing, if they're not going to be moving there, they're just going to have to come there, unfortunately, and be a visitor. What can you tell us from an accommodation standpoint, your variety of options you'll find there in Smith County and in Tyler, Texas?
There are a lot of accommodations depending on what you're looking for, especially since we talked about there's some people who come for the outdoor aspect, but there's some people, who like to rough it and go camping in the Tyler State Park or Jellystone Park, but some people would rather come back to the air conditioning. So we have some great hotel properties here in Tyler. There's some really fun bed and breakfast, a couple that are located like right downtown or close to downtown, which is our historic district. So some of these are located, or all of these downtown are located in historic homes that were built, in the 30s when the Texas Rose Festival was just starting and that kind of thing. So that's fun to stay in that kind of area. But then there's also cabins and stuff like that on the lake as well. If you want to be out in nature but like to sleep in a bed, there's those type of accommodations too.
Oh, beds are overrated.
Yeah.
Definitely overrated. So you've got a lot of options. Again, you're right on a major interstate. Interstate 20 goes right through Tyler, so it's not like you have to get off an interstate and drive another hour and a half to get to Tyler. It's all right there in East Texas, and it's a great place to go. Hey, if you got to go, let's say drive to Dallas, Texas, you're going to find Tyler a lot more affordable option to stay in and get around in. And heck, after coming to Tyler and seeing great folks like Holli Fourniquet, you might just cancel your trip to the Metroplex.
Probably. We're a lot more fun in Tyler, a lot more personable. That's what we like to say. If you go to a big city, you are one fish among many in the sea. But here in Tyler, Texas, we roll the red carpet out for you because everybody who comes to our community is treated like family.
But you're not too small that, let's say, you're going to be all up on our business, are you? We can come there and kind
Exactly.
of
Yeah.
and not be surveilled while we're there, right?
No, we're not that small.
Well, that's good news to know.
We'll just give you a good hello at the restaurant and then let you eat your dinner in peace.
All right. Well, I mean, we do like we know if you're coming from all of the other southern states, we're kind of friendly people. So we want you to say, hey, where are you from? How you doing? But there comes a point in time we might need our privacy, and we might need our privacy, Holly, when we go eating. And I know it's really tough in your position to start listing off places because every place is good. But our barbecue barrister is going to come on and talk a little bit about Tyler and its barbecue culture. What else will we find there? Since you're not but an hour and a half from a place like Shreveport in Louisiana, I assume you have a little variety of Cajun food available as well as other great Texas dishes in Tyler, Texas.
Sure. We always say, if you want to eat, come to Tyler because there is no limit to the kind of food. Like I said, you could get dollar tacos or spend $200-300 on a meal, right? And depending on what you want. But we have a couple of wineries that have delicious restaurants, a couple of great steak places. I'm talking local steak places here. Um, Several places that are um, locally sourced meat and vegetables and farm to table type restaurants. So I mean that's where you're going to get your nitty gritty local flavor right there. But like you said, we're so close to Louisiana, we have to have some Cajun food,
Yeah.
right? So we do have a couple of great Cajun food places here, some good places that you can sit out on the back porch and eat some crawfish, which is great, listen to live music. That's a lot of fun. And then, of course, like you said, barbecue. We have one of the um, oldest barbecue restaurants in the state, and it's consistently listed on Texas Monthly's top 50 barbecues in the state, consistently listed on Texas Highways barbecue list. So there's no limit to the kind of barbecue you want
And Holly, the
here.
name of that place is?
It's Stanley's Famous Barbecue.
Okay.
And it's an experience all in itself, because it's one of those places that you can sit out on the porch and listen to live music, eat your barbecue, have your kids playing near you. It's a lot of fun.
Great. I'll check that out. And you're going to have to help me with my memory. It's a little shady these days. I went to this location of this chain in down at the home of the Lumberjacks in Nacogdoches, and they are based, I think, out of Tyler. There's a chain restaurant that's got about a half dozen locations. Do you know which one I'm talking about?
Is it a barbecue place?
No, it's like a mix of everything, including some Cajun dishes. It's a really cool place.
Would it be not Spring Creek? That's barbecue.
It's a mixture of all kinds of things, and again, they have several locations throughout Texas, mostly East Texas. Like I said, I went to the one in Nacogdoches, but I got a little nerdy and I decided to Google them, and this has been several years, so that's why
Is
the
it the one that's connected to Annie Pasta's in Nacogdoches?
could be. It's a really cool restaurant in Nacogdoches. I'm sure the one in Tyler.
Clear Springs.
I think that might be it.
Clear Springs, yeah. It's located there in Nacogdoches as well, and it only has a few places around. It's delicious. Yeah, it's got some Cajun dishes as well as just some seafood dishes. You can also get chicken fried steak there.
Yeah,
I think you
that's
can
what
get
I
chicken
had.
fried steak anywhere in Texas.
Yeah.
But it's really good, and we have one of those. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought Tyler was maybe, it may not have originated there, but something. Though again, it's been a long time, but that was just one of many great places. You're going to have a good time. If you need to drink, do you have microbreweries there in Tyler?
We do. We have two breweries local here to Tyler. At both of them, you'll find some Rose City themed drinks, which is a lot of fun. Both of them have food and live entertainment. One is located downtown in this really cool building that used to be a car repair shop. So it's got the garage doors. They'll open that every once in a while. You can see the brewery right there going to work as you are eating and drinking. So that's a lot of fun downtown. The other one is a little bit further out of downtown. It's not out of Tyler at all, but and it's a little bit bigger, which provides for a bigger live entertainment space. They have some of our bigger concerts there because they can host it. And then they have a local business that cooks their food, pizzas and coffees and lattes and desserts and that kind of thing. It's really good. That one's their East Texas Brewing Company is the one located downtown, and True Vine is the one located out.
Man, Holly, you have done a great job setting the scene of Tyler, Texas and East Texas. And we need to go right now to the website. Visit Tyler is your office. What are your other social media connections we need to be aware of to learn more about Tyler, Texas?
You can find us on almost anything: Pinterest, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, under Visit Tyler.
Okay, under Visit Tyler. It's a great place. Like I said, I've had a chance to pass through there. Many of you probably have at some point. Instead of just passing through, hang out a little bit. As Holly says,
Yes.
she's got great properties for you to stay in right on Interstate 20. You can hang out at local venues, restaurants, and more. And then if you need to go on to some other place, then I guess we'll let you do that. Holly, it's been a great time here having you on today's Y'all Show in our Spring Swing tour of Tyler and East Texas. As we wrap up with you, one last pitch of why we need to go right now to visit Tyler and book our upcoming trip to your special spot.
You need to come right now to Visit Tyler, because it is a great place for you to get away with your friends or your family, just to relax, enjoy the outdoors, get that refreshment, get away from all of the negative news that we've been having to listen to the past few months. Come here and get treated to a rosy experience.
I love it. I love it. I've got my rose-colored glasses on here.
Good. It's
And-
the perfect time to stop and smell the roses.
Oh man, and I'm not even the guy who normally gives roses. Shame on me. But you've given me a great reason, and maybe we all need to be giving and receiving roses as much as possible. And why not do it in the rose capital of the world, in Tyler, Texas? Holli Fourniquet, thank you so much for being our very special guest, and also for setting up these other great interviews that we've all enjoyed. And we look forward to not doing this virtually next time. We're going to come see you in the Rose Capital.
Come see us.
We'll do that. Holly, thank you very much, and best of luck to everybody there at Visit Tyler.
Thank you.
All right. And that will wrap up our Y'all Show, our virtual tour of Tyler, Texas. We'll be back here with another virtual tour spot very soon, so make sure you stick around for the announcement of that. All that right here on the show that's all about the South. This is the Y'all Show.